gave them sheets that had
are we locked out? No. Can we go in?
We can't.
That's a novel way to get in and out.
No camping. Here we are, everybody. This is the Bird and Fairy Sanctuary. If you look around really carefully when you're here, you might see some birds. And you might even see not me.
Yes, this is the remnants of Mount Seething. Look, there's a birdie. Can you see there's a fairy over there sparkling?
Yeah. So we can see it.
Oh.
I love your view on that.
It's got its wings
Now,
out.
the reason there's a big hole here, everybody, is because the clay was dug out to make bricks for Surbiton.
Right.
So the Victorian developers in the bigger houses would dig out a basement and use the London clay in a kiln in the back to make bricks, which they use on the back of the house because they're tatty old London stocks. And those which don't have basements, it would come, there's one here and there's one further that away. But it's now that's been built on.
So imagine at one point this was actually
a
mountain.
It was more sensitive.
Yeah, it was a mountain. It was Mount Seething. And actually, luckily, they found clay because most of it was talcum, as we know.
Yes. And it was roamed by black lions.
Exactly. And the occasional lamb.
So was talc mined from here?
Part of it. Well, all the talc has gone.
Would have been.
Yeah, and it only left the clay, which they found in Victorian times.
But useful to make into bricks. To make into houses.
Yeah.
You can see that these trees are not particularly old. They're probably.
Oh, a few hundred years old though.
Associated with this pole.
You see, it's a very special place because do you all know that yew trees are only ever found on consecrated grounds and special ground because of their the
mystic association.
Exactly. Yes.
Apart from the ones that are planted in the garden.
Yeah, well, have you planted some? Have you got a mystical garden? Oh, well, there you go. There you
We planted
go.
the tree first.
Did you know that the yew tree is known as the tree of life and death?
We do
I guess the life.
now.
Because it's very poisonous, but also it's one tree that actually regenerates itself. And as they get older, they split in the middle, and a new tree comes up in the middle. But these aren't old enough to do that, and that's why they're called the tree of life and death.
So this sort of clear area here, what happened to make this so flat?
I think the council cut the trees down.
No, this is the playing ground for the log rolling championships of Seething.
Oh,
Yeah, and there are the logs actually.
Oh, there they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the logs.
That's it. Yeah. And every year, the log rolling championship of Seething occurs on this ground, and people are encouraged to roll logs from one side of the ground to the other. However, people have speculated on the origins of log rolling. Yeah. And actually they think it comes from a variation of the Highland Games, which, as we all know, is a Celtic, sort of pagan origin. And back in the day, before we had newfangled sports like hand egg, or rugby as some people call it, tossing the caber was pretty popular around here, but obviously the only people big enough to toss the caber were Thomas Deaton and his giant friends. So once Thomas Deaton had gone, we had this playing ground left, and we had these cabers which could no longer be tossed by
Man nor beast.
the Seething villagers, as strong as they were. So they adapted the game into log rolling. So the cabers that the giants used to toss and sometimes terrorise the villagers with, they were used in a much more pleasant game of log rolling. And here's a stack of logs waiting to be rolled.
Also,
As opposed to Swiss rolling.
Oh look, here's another game here.
it's an early Aboriginal artwork.
If you put your hand there, if you can open a portal.
Some green
Be careful.
Yes.
Yeah, this again, it's to mark where some more of the ley lines meet. If you trace one of the ley lines back from here, I think you'll probably find it goes directly through the lamb.
You're right. Craig and I found it a few years ago.
Again, representing the black lion and the lamb coming together. The hands showing that they were helping each other. In sort of a,
This is the only one.
Oh,
somebody has left an offering to the
to the god.
the gods there.
It's a very old one. It's 1664.
Wow.
That's been there a long time. Remarkably well preserved. It must be some sort of temple loop.
Ah, I think that might be the cry of a raven.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
No, it's
a green raven.
a ringneck parakeet.
No, it's a green
A
raven.
rare green raven.
Yeah.
You actually know the story of the parakeets all over this part of the country.
I believe
True
so,
story.
but go on, tell us.
There was 2 breeding pairs of the parakeets brought in for a film shoot at Shepperton. And one of the pairs escaped. And every one of those green parakeets you see now all over Surrey, Berkshire, they're all over the place.
Is that really
All come
true?
from that.
Because well, I've heard so many stories about how we got the
I've
green.
spoken to the guy who's responsible for letting them go. So
Ah,
he was,
oh, well,
reluctant
that's-
to tell us.
Oh, so
Where they come from?
the horse's mouth.
From, by way of me, third party here, sir.
Where they nest and, is exactly the same as starlings would use. So
At the same time,
yeah,
must be a bit
that well
crowded.
they kick the starlings
Ah.
out, but it's
Very
it's
unpleasant behaviour.
perfect nesting spots for them, and they come from sort of originally near Nepal, so it would have been colder, harsher winters. So they think it's lovely here.
I like it.
Mm.
Settled in well anyway.
Especially Richmond Park.